So yeah, this is probably a bit of a surprise of a video from me. Not something I'd normally do, but it was requested. I make myself sound like I have fans, I don't. But Sam challenged me to do this video. I expect her to do the same one. Of my top 5 celebrity fragrances that I own. Now, 4 of them I do own a bottle of, and one of them I'd like a bottle of actually. But yeah, it'll be brief, obviously. But yeah, for people who like celebrity fragrances, I'm sure this will be fascinating. Thank you, folks. So, first up, I'd normally have a bit of information about each of the celebrities, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of Ariana Grande. I like a couple of songs, so yeah. Anyway, from the real life Bratz doll, we have Cloud, which actually is one of the best fragrances for the price I've ever smelled, and it is a fantastic celebrity fragrance actually. Hats off. Well, she's probably had not a lot to do with it, but it does get compared to Baccarat Rouge. Yeah, definitely. But this is like a fluffier, more wearable, fun version. I actually prefer this a million times more than BR540, which I find too heavy and can't wear. It's obviously got that famous whipped cream kind of thing. There's a bit of fruit running through it. I'm not going to go too much into detail because we all know what this one smells like. But yes, it's really good, and I don't have a full bottle of this. I probably will do. I mean, it's very cheap. I have probably had 10 mils of it here and there, maybe more kicking about. So yeah, really good celebrity fragrance is Cloud from Ariana Grande. And sorry if I offended any Ariana Grande fans. Right. Next is from David Beckham, Intimately. Now, I pretty much think we all know who David Beckham is, but what you probably didn't know is he used to be an absolutely fantastic footballer, and then something changed and he became this sort of vacuous celebrity. But anyway, believe it or not, he's actually one of my heroes when I was young. I adored him. I think he was one of the greatest footballers of his time. He was very talented, brilliantly. Then all of a sudden he wanted to be a product, a celebrity, and football kind of took a back seat. And now he's some vacuous empty space who doesn't really do anything but promote stuff and just constantly chases knighthood, which he seems absolutely obsessed with because it's got to obviously improve their brand, isn't it? But yeah, I did adore David Beckham, but yeah, whatever. Now, the fragrance Intimately is actually a really lovely fragrance. I do really like it. It's like cardamom. There's some woods, some spices. There's not not a great deal going on, but it does smell really beautiful. Actually, it's not the same, but it's kind of got a little bit of La Nuit de l'Homme about it. It's very nice, very lovely. However, by the time you sprayed it and put the lid on, unfortunately, it's gone. To say it's not long lasting is a bit of an understatement. Now, of course, it's you could get it for about £10, so there's no need to complain too much about it. And it like I say, it is very lovely. And if you douse yourself in about half the bottle, you might even get time to put the fragrance away before it's faded. So yeah, it's beautiful, but it's really it costs that price for a reason. Let's put it that way. But it is a very nice one. It's a very good starter one for a young person and that, or a fan of the guy who was probably a long distant memory of a footballer. But yes, that's David Beckham, Intimately. Yeah, so you'll be glad to hear a celebrity I actually like. I do like Pharrell Williams. I think he's quite an interesting personality, isn't he? He's quite quirky, quite eccentric. I was more of a fan when he was in NERD. They were really a brilliant band, weren't they? A great band of the time. And his own music is pretty good as well. He's an interesting chap. I'll be quite brief. Girl is quite an it's a love-hate fragrance for me. Depends what mood I'm in. And I believe it was made by Comme des Garçons, the same people who made that. So you know it's going to be something interesting. It's not going to be a generic kind of celebrity fragrance. I have the 10 ml. Again, I don't know why I've never bought the... I got the travel one, don't know why didn't buy the real one, because you get it for about a tenner now. But it's this really interesting fragrance. There's lots of things going on in it, but it's mostly about the violet. And obviously I'm a big violet fan, but it's kind of weird. It wears very differently, I think, depending on the mood you are. Sometimes it's too sweet, sometimes it's just too weird, and sometimes it's just a really kind of pleasurable one. Obviously there's lots of different things in it, but it's a violet fragrance. But it's not violet like you used to smelling. It is a little bit sweet, a little bit powdery at times in it. It's one I'd say I'm not going to bother describing too much, because just try it, and especially for the price. But yeah, as celebrity fragrances go, I really like this one. So that's a Girl from Pharrell Williams. But yeah, next up is another very famous celebrity, Sarah Jessica Parker, SJP. Obviously a famous actor and brilliant businesswoman, really. Absolutely massive and very talented at what she does. Love her or hate her. She's incredibly successful. Obviously, thing we probably all know her for is Sex in the City. Again, not really my cup of tea. But I must admit, I did used to watch it. I haven't watched the new ones or the film, but it was alright. Anyway, to her fragrance, Stash. My word, this is a very famous fragrance again, and now it's insanely priced, very affordable. But it's basically this kind of mix of more woods, spice. I think it's got a hint of vetiver in there. It's just a very classy, wonderful fragrance. It's not what you expect at all. It's not it doesn't really have much sweetness in it at all. It's not poppy. It's not mass appealing. It's just a very well put together, really nice woody fragrance. What more is there to say about it? I think most people have smelt it, and if you haven't, I'd recommend you go out and blind buy it. If it's a tenner, it's worth that. If you don't like it, someone will. So yeah, keeping it brief, Sarah Jessica Parker, Stash. Oh yeah, next is Avril Lavigne. Now, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I think she's alright. I might be a bit of a fan of her. Yeah, I've kind of grown up with her, I guess. Very, very, very talented musician who's kind of moved with the times, got a bit more serious now, but is just as good. That kind of badass emo punk princess that she was, that really she still is. A very talented musician, a very talented singer, and yeah, pretty damn good at what she does. Obviously, this is not me just talking about Avril Lavigne. I know I don't mention her much, but yeah, the Black Star fragrance. Do you know what? It's really, really, really good. It's kind of mangoey, freshy, tropical. There's a beautiful, like really realistic blackcurrant in the beginning. It's quite dark, and that kind of fades off. It gets quite vanillic. There's some chocolatiness in there. There's even a kind of period where it's like a pink bubble bath. It's fun, but it's not as immature as you think it would be. It is quite, because of the dark chocolate and the vanilla and the darker notes. It's a really bloody good fragrance, and I really like it. And the other two were pretty good as well. Again, not what you'd expect from a celebrity fragrance. So really quite enjoyable. I'm not going to waffle on and on about it. Again, I've only got the 10 ml of it because the bottles are so rare and so blooming expensive. Been discontinued for a long time. But it is a really nice kind of, starts off dark fruity, then goes quite poppy, like I say, and then the dry down's that kind of that dark chocolatey woodiness. Really good fragrance. So that's Black Star from Avril. So yeah, that's a strange old video to end 2021 on. I was going to put this out after the new year, but then I thought, no, we'll have this sort of as my kind of end of 2021 video. It's been a pleasure. Obviously, celebrity fragrances are good, whether you like the celebrities or not. Which you can see, I'm probably not a fan of some of them, but their fragrances are good. But yeah, anyway, I suppose it's been another great year. Um, it feels like an Oscars speech. Thank you for the support. I know I get a lot. And I know I don't put out the highest quality stuff or the most fascinating stuff, but it is what it is. Yeah, the videos, but come on, they're more self-indulgent, like the reels, aren't they? They're not most watched videos. I'm not complaining. I don't care. I do them for me, and I enjoy them. But I thank everybody who supports me and kind of gets me, because I kind of have I suppose, a different way of doing things, don't I? Really. But yeah, just like to thank everyone. Obviously, I'll be back next year. This is not the end yet. Sorry. I know that's not good news to some, but yeah, it's been a pleasure, and I love what. Obviously, I'm more of a watcher than a maker of videos, and I look forward to seeing everybody else's videos in the next year. Yeah, 2021's been a tough year for everyone again, hasn't it? But hopefully, 2022 will be better. So yeah, a big, huge thank you to everyone. Enough waffle from me now. Enjoy your New Year's, everyone, and thank you and goodbye.